Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH 2000 here. Somebody asked me how I do the wave attachment with the drill. And as with everything Slingshot, you got to think through the steps of the build and how you're going to build it and when is it simplest to add each part to it. Now, if you look, I've got templates for every Slingshot I make, okay? And you're looking at these and you say, well, Dan, those are two identical templates. Not really. If you look, the holes you need to put in are in a different place. This is for a loop tube attachment. You drill the two holes here, and then eventually you see the line where I've got it nicked out. That's where you cut the slot, okay? And then the little nick in the top, that's where you put, the little nick in the fork so that the tubes lay over it correctly. These are for attachments, and this eventually holds the pin, okay? Something like this is actually for the wave, okay? You can see the two holes that are the bottom of the wave. You can see the two little holes that will eventually have slots cut into them, okay? You can see I've marked the slots inside, okay? And that's where it holds. But then you need to drill the top, okay? Because it comes through the center. Well, you can see I've already marked it and nicked it and got it all ready. The problem is you have to drill from the top. The only way that I've found to do that effectively is to create yourself a little holder like this if you want, a jig, okay? I can't remember what the angles are. This is obviously 90, but when I created this angle, I basically had this on it, and I moved it until I thought the angle was right so that it would pop out at the right location. Then you can see I've got some markings here. I use the holes that are already on the Slingshot to screw it down on, okay? Sits level. And then when I put it under here and drill straight down, as long as I have the mark on the top and I know where I want to put it in the middle with a second mark, it'll go right through, and you can see it's already put the ends of it in here, okay, the first time I drilled it. Okay, that's how that one works. I'll show you a little more. Here's another template, the smaller template, set up for the same thing. Once again, there's markings here that allow me to put this on and do the same thing. Well, we now have this, okay? This is one of Karl's designs, and we do the wave attachment a little different on this, okay? Here, let's get this on. Well, the wave attachment will work either way you hold it on here. When you put the logo pin in, you kind of like the logo pin to show when you hold it, okay? So if I hold it like this, it's a right hand, it's a left hand hold. I would flip it and hold it like this. The problem is that that wave attachment doesn't allow that. You can still shoot it. It's just that the logo pin's covered up, which is kind of not really what you want to do. So it becomes very, in reality, even though you can shoot it either way, it becomes, left hand or right hand hold in that regard. With this option, you drill the holes you need, okay? You drill the two. Now the little hole, I use 1/8 inch, and these holes, I use 1/4 inch. Now the thing with the option that we do on this one is we drill straight down, okay, into this so that by the time you sand it all, you can pull it through either side if you want. So if you like the lanyard on one side or the logo pin on the other side, doesn't really matter. But it's a vertical hole. Well, this is vertical. When I set it down on top of my drill press, it's perfectly vertical. I'm lucky to have a very flat surface on my drill press, okay? If you don't, make a jig that works for your drill press. I also made this, and after I made it, I realized I had to take a gouge out of it so it would fit around here at times. But for this one, I've already got it marked this way, and if you look carefully, that's lined up with the dead center of the holes, okay? And then the yellow is actually the dead center, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Now, normally I wear a mask and have my dust collection going on, but you won't be able to hear me when I talk if I do that. So let's do this. Okay, I've done the one hole. You saw how it grabs just a little bit when it pops through into the hole below it. Okay, now if you accidentally make a mistake and your hole gets a little off or a little thing, you can always move the thing around and grind it a little bigger, sand it a little bigger, make the other hole sit in the same spot, something like that. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and clean it up, but at least you guys see kind of how I do it. And I'm gonna pause this and go over, and I'm gonna show you how I sand these things.